What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Z-Man Show. I am sorry I missed last week's review for episode 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. I know that was the one with Morgan kind of going back to King County. And again, I'm not going to spend much time on that. I just wanted to say that I thought the episode was decent. I mean, they're spending some time around Morgan and getting him out of the possible crazy town that he was about to go back to. But they're really focusing on him and Grace and their relationship with Mo. But you know what? I had some insights here tonight. I was talking to my buddy John on Discord for a minute there, and I was just thinking to myself about Fear the Walking Dead and over time where this show has gone. And I just want to talk about that just real quick, and then we're going to get right into episode 5. Think about all of the side characters, right? So remember how they killed off Nick and and originally Madison earlier on, and even Cliff Curtis's character. Or remember the original family base? Now, true, Nick's character, he wanted to leave to begin with, but you know what I'm saying? Like those are the ones that kind of made up the core show, and then they started adding all these little side characters over time, and then they never killed them over time, and here we get going, and now here we find ourselves in the last season, and we have not even seen a handful of the rest of the characters that they used to have on the show. Lord knows where they are. Are they even going to show them again? But you see, this is why this show was plagued with bad writing. I guess they kept them around thinking, hey, this is going to be our side gig, besides the Walking Dead show, the main one. We're going to keep this one going for as long as we can. But I mean, what a terrible decision, right? But I bring that up because in episode 5, we actually lose a main character tonight, or sorry, in that episode. I just watched it recently, and it was spoilers. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It was Grace. Okay, so Grace finally dies, and I really liked the way they did Grace's character because they were kind of setting us up again for what they always do, which is like, hey, I know I'm really super sick again, whatever, but hey, we'll find a way, right? We'll find a way, and I'll live somehow. But no, finally there is no getting out of it, right? She, the radiation poison had come back to her body. She told Morgan at the end of episode 4, and they were trying to keep it from Mo and the information, and then she ends up getting bitten too. I mean, talk about a double whammy, right? And then the infection started taking over her body soon. But that's when, and I will admit, in episode 4, I was getting a little annoyed because of this radiation cure, and I'm like, are they seriously going to make this a thing? Like this is actually a way to stop it? But now we're starting to see that is probably not going to happen because now Dwight and Sherry's boy, what do they call him? Is it Fitch or Finn or one of the two? Whatever. He's getting sick again too. So there's not enough radiation dose probably going in to truly kill it. It ends up killing the host as well. And so Grace, I really felt bad for her character tonight and kind of Mo. Now, there's been, I want to say it's a bit of spotty acting in between from some of the children and so forth. It's not really their fault per se. It's what they've been given, which is not really good dialogue speech at all. But they do what they can. And the little actress that was playing Mo, at least her emotions seemed like they were on, they were on par for where they should be. She was crying on cue, and she did look ultimately sad. I just get annoyed sometimes when like the children seem like they have a better compass and like a better understanding of the world than the actual grown-ups do. I kind of reflected on that a little bit too, thinking, well, they're young, right? They haven't had a chance to experience all that loss and the pain or whatever that us fragile, I guess, adults end up going through, and then we become broken, right? Shells of our former selves. And the children, they have yet to experience that. So maybe that's why they're always that guiding light. Like they seem like, oh, see, it's that easy. That's all we have to do. Again, I think that's kind of silly, but whatever, we move on past it. So the episode, follows Morgan trying to get to Grace in time. You have to, because they mess around between some of, what do they call them, the prefects, or call them the defects, but the older children or whatever that are trying to protect that train car. It seems Mo and is able to get Grace there, which that's a little bit shoddy there. I'm not saying that these last 2 episodes, 4 and 5, were great episodes. I'm not saying that. But at least they kind of kept me interested more than some of the previous material. Because the material with Daniel and the parents and stuff like that, I mean, obviously they're all coming down to this culmination of trying to end this Padre community. But Shrike keeps seeming, she has like 9 lives. I mean, it seems like every time she has the upper hand, she gets bested by a kid or gets knocked out or whatever. I'm like, why don't you just kill her? I mean, I know, because if you kill her, then there's no show. But I don't know. I just feel like she's gotten out of so many situations where they could have just taken her out and, lessened that blow. of how much power Padre has. But they don't. They keep letting her live. And so, like I said, the episode went pretty well. What I really loved was seeing Grace actually turn on screen. We don't get to see that very often, and I don't know, it's something about it. It's just very visceral. I don't know, just as she was laying there, and it was sad. She was kind of whispering because she was hurt. She was running out of energy, trying to tell Mo about enjoying the time that they have together, and Mo was just hell-bent on just trying to get the right dose of radiation to her, but it was too late. It was too late, and we pretty much all knew this. And as she slowly passed out, I was like, okay, which way are they gonna go? Are they gonna fool us, or are they? And her eyes opened up, and she fully turned, and that was very rewarding in my eyes. It felt like true Walking Dead style, like what we should be seeing on screen, and not all these like getting out of every single possible situation. I mean, Luciana and a lot of those other ones, those extra filler characters, you should have killed them off a long time ago. Maybe built their characters up, made them do something heroic or something, made it useful. Now, I mean, if they die, who is really going to care? I mean, it could be even argued that a lot of you may not even care that Grace died. I could get that fully understandable. I cared a little bit just because she has been around for, what are we talking about, 2-3 seasons? At least 2 seasons, maybe 2.5. So we got to know her a bit or whatever, but I think it was just her acting, honestly, she did a pretty good job. I mean, maybe a little over the top with the whispering and the panting, but I mean, she's dying, right? So I think she did pretty good. And then Mo with the emotions and so forth, and I felt bad for Morgan because here he is fighting so hard just to get back to her and finally have a chance. They wasted all that time. He made a mistake. Morgan's made many mistakes in this show. And it always tried to come back, and here he's lost his new love, well, the love that he's had now for the last year or several years, and now she's gone too, and now he's just him and Mo. And furthermore, at the end, she's like, yeah, basically in so many words, this is bullshit. I don't want to feel these feelings. Shrike, you're right. I'll go do what you need us to do. Which ultimately, Shrike wanted Morgan to go take out all those zombies. What, a couple, I don't know, 1,000 of them in that complex where all the shipping containers are, and I guess the shipping dock, or whatever. And I mean, well, Morgan could try to lead them away and find a way or whatever, but it's like he can kill all those walkers by himself. So I'm like, Shrike, what exactly are you expecting, from Morgan to do? That was supposed to be the leverage Shrike had on basically if they'll help Grace, and if they do, then he has to go help them with that problem. Because all those containers contain tons of supplies that they need to recreate the world and whatever. So now Mo is all hell-bent on it, which now kind of pisses you off because you're like, now your eyes have been opened and you've seen what's happened, and you still want to go back to this life, whatever. And furthermore, this is super dangerous. I'm using furthermore a lot. This is super dangerous. They're going to be front and center with the zombies. I mean, there's a great chance that she could get killed. And I gotta be honest, it probably would do the show some good if they finally did kill a few more important characters, just to kind of show the stakes and that they're always there. I mean, clearly, I'd say Morgan is probably going to live through Fear the Walking Dead. I don't think they're going to kill him off, even though the season is ending. So we're going to have to see where this goes, guys. I don't know, but these 2 episodes were okay. If I had to give 4 and 5 a score, it'd probably be around the, I guess, 6.5 to 7. I thought they were very decent episodes, at least. And by the way, in Fear the Walking Dead terms, I mean, if you were to put it against its predecessor, The Walking Dead or whatever, the score would probably drop, but I'm trying to give these guys a little bit of a leg up. So, anyways, so that's that for episode 5, which is titled More Time Than You Know. I had to look it up because I thought that title also was a little misleading, because it sounded like something where you're thinking like, oh, they're going to find a way. They'll get Grace out of this. But really, they didn't have the time that they needed, and I guess Grace kept pushing that message to Morgan, like, stop trying to race around and wasting time trying to save me, and let's just spend the time together, being a family, just enjoying some words between one another. And so I think it was on that level that brought that emotional piece, and I thought the writers did a very decent job at least trying to do that. But now we're going to be getting back into the story. Daniel doesn't want to help Morgan now because he's afraid. He doesn't want to risk his little army of parents. I mean, how great could they be? I mean, I get Daniel's capable, but how capable are all these people? I don't know. They're motivated. They want their kids back, so maybe they do have some. So obviously, Padre, their lives are on the line because they want to be ended by many parents of kids that they want back. So I guess that's that. So instead of rambling on a bit longer, I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk over it. I'd be curious to know what you thought about King County and this most recent episode 5. Do you think it felt like actual on par Walking Dead material, or do you think it's just the show's still not really very salvageable? I'd be curious to know. So let me know in the comments. And other than that, I will catch you at the next review. See you guys.